Good morning. Well, good evening, really. This is Bola with Spiritual Recovery Coach. I am your internal cleansing and healing coach. I don't know what date this is of me tracking, but I think it's probably around 10 or 12. It's been a while since I've been here. And what I'm just doing is tracking my breakthrough. I'm needing financial breakthrough. That's one of the breakthroughs I'm needing, and there are other breakthroughs that I need. So, in the last time since I've been on, one of the things, I dealt with finding your resting place. And so when I began to find my resting place, we talked about everybody has their own resting place. It's not necessarily in prayer. It's not necessarily, doesn't always have to be in reading the scriptures. Like for me, when I sleep, I tend to get downloads from God. And other people, it could be riding a bike, it could be, painting, just various things, wherever you find the most comfort. So as I found my rest, God was also able to speak to me about me having to work more so on anxiety. And he's talked about that before. And, I knew I walked in a lot of anxiety. But not only that, he also touched on my poverty mindset. And I believe I had said in a previous video that, poverty mindset has nothing to do with the lack of money, but where you are mentally. You have a mental outlook of lack, of there's not enough. And when you walk in poverty mindset, you will have anxiety. Because when you feel there's not enough for you, or that you don't have, you don't either have the skills, the knowledge, or the ability, or you lack confidence in your abilities or what there is in the world. When we know that the scriptures tell us the earth is the Lord and the fullness of it, meaning that everything belongs to God. And we know we serve a God of abundance. So as his children, we shouldn't lack. We should not be in a place of lacking. Even though our situations may not be what we want, but that does not mean we lack. We just have not manifested those things that we need. So, by the way, let me jump off subject. I don't have makeup on. If my eye looks funny, it's swollen. I don't know what bit me or got in my eye, but it has made my eyes swell, among other things. Last week it was my nose. Felt like somebody had hit me. So anyway, he was dealing with me telling me I'm still having to work on my poverty mindset. That there's that I feel about the scarcity in my life. So over the, so I've been working on that, and over the couple of days since I've been on, I remember telling you about a project I was working on to launch one of my business, and it fell through. Well, a few days ago, the person and the individual and I got in contact with each other, and it looks like there will be a go on the project. But since then, what I realized when God talked about anxiety, anxiousness, is that this time around, when we spoke about it, I didn't feel a need that, wow, I have to take this opportunity, or maybe I shouldn't take this opportunity because it's a trap. Because many of us, if you're like me, sometimes we make decisions because we feel there's not going to be another opportunity. Where maybe in the long, overall, God is trying to show us He opens the door. It's not other people. It's not people that open the door. He uses people to open the doors for us to walk through. So it's never one person that will take you into your destiny. Or it will never be one opportunity that will take you into your destiny. That God can make many ways, many doors to open, many people to come through that will help you walk on the path in which He has designed for you. So, and that made me realize that's another step of overcoming anxiety in my life. And normally in the past, what also that experience taught me was in the past, like if I felt, how sometimes we feel someone did us wrong and then they come back to us. And then what we do, and I know sometimes what I've done is sometimes, I'm going to show this person I don't need them. They don't have control over them. So it's a sense of pride that we exuberate or show, because we've been hurt. And that may be an opportunity, and then we close the door on that. But this time around, when we talked, and I was telling the person, I said, I'm going to leave the door open. If the opportunity comes to pass, if things manifest the way I want it to manifest, great. If not, I'm okay with that. So again, that's another way you defeat the enemy. You make him realize that your life is not dependent on anybody else. It is not anyone who will take you to your next level. It's never one opportunity to take you to your next level. What takes you to your next level is how you grow within, how you see yourself, how you begin to believe in yourself. That's what successful people do. When they fail, they keep trying. They try other avenues, they try other people, but they don't give up. They don't let themselves get torn down with anxiety, shame, and poverty mind saying, well, that was it. That was all. If I can't do it this way, I just don't know how. So those are some of the things God is having me look at about myself. That because of my limited mindset, that's what poverty mindset is, a limited mindset. We tend to limit the possibilities of God. Yes, the walk is not easy. The ups and downs, am I hearing correctly from God? Am I dreaming? Is this a fantasy? What? I have always been lucky. God has always had prophets. I've always been surrounded by prophets. And they all, whatever phase I am in life, whatever season I am in life, they all say the same thing. And even though they don't know each other, so I stand on that. And but also, God has always revealed that to me first, most of the times before the prophets come along. And it is hard. I'm not going to lie. It's very hard to wait on a promise. Because a lot of times, sometimes we have counterfeits. Other times we have, it takes a long time. And we start beating ourselves up. We start doubting. We just don't understand what is going on. But one thing I've learned, I'm kind of down right now because an area in my life surfaced that a promise that I knew God had shown me and other prophets, but then I got disappointed again. And I'll probably come on tomorrow and talk about that, depending on how. But right now, I don't want to talk about it, So it is hard when you get disappointment after disappointment, and you're like, when am I going to get my breakthrough? The times we look at other people and we see them get breakthroughs much faster than what you get a breakthrough for. So you don't understand what it is. We start thinking, what have I done wrong? What am I not doing right? And why do I have to go through this? Like the first part of my first video I did. But one thing I have realized, and I'll probably go into some of my history, like when I did not want to walk this path, I've always believed in God. I've always known there's a God. I've always talked to God. But I ran. But one thing I realized this time around is that when disappointment comes, it's like the flesh, the heart feels disappointed, let down, abandoned, shame, all those things. You want to let go. You just want to go another path. You don't want to believe in the promises. But then your inner self, my inner being, feels a sense of peace, knowing it'll be okay. Like before I decided to be obedient, man, when things would be disappointed, man, I would be, all these bad thoughts will come. I would be days of crying, depressed, just wanting to die, saying, I don't want to go on. This is too hard. Leave me alone. Sometimes you even want to turn away from God. And it's okay. He knows your heart. He knows your pain. Yeah, we don't understand why we have to keep going through this pain. Even if we think we're being disobedient, we never know who it's going to help, how he's going to use our pain in the future. But this is why it's so important to find your place of peace, your place of rest. Like I talked about in the other video and I earlier talked about. Because when you're feeling down, when you're feeling confused, going to your place of rest really helps. It really, your flesh, your heart may be broken or whatever. You may shed tears, whatever. But your inner core has a sense of stability. Not only that, and I realize my heartbeat is more regular. Like before I understood my place of rest, my heartbeat, I would hear my heartbeat when I would be anxious. I would be nervous. My breathing would change. But now, yes, when I'm disappointed, let down, whatever, I do cry. I'm not going to lie. I do cry. I do have bad thoughts. But then I have two sides talking to me. Just calm down. Everything will be all right. You will understand. And then, so it's easier for me to bounce back. But, I don't want to make these videos too long. But I hope So hopefully I'll get on tomorrow. Y'all pray for my eye. I'm like, God, I'm tired of being something always going on. So pray that my eye heals and I don't have to go to the doctor because I really don't want to go. I just don't want any more bad news. So, but like I said, I don't want to keep this video real long. And this is my journey, just tracking my journey to waiting on God for a financial breakthrough. But it's not just a financial breakthrough. I just need a breakthrough inside, because a lot of us, we say financial, but we need breakthroughs in a lot of areas. But I do see how internally, how those things that used to get me so depressed, I'm able to handle them internally. Well, let me just say this for a little bit. Because, sometimes, and I remember a couple of people who really know me, they would say, wow, Bola, you have this big smile on your face, but on the inside you're hurting so bad. And it would shock me. But so many of us, we have this big smile on our face, but on the inside, we are so torn up. We have so much hurt. We are so confused, and we're getting tired. But really, when you begin to allow God, because all these emotions, these spirits that attach themselves to us, that keep us down, feeling depressed. But you have to begin to allow God to begin to break those things off of you. Because like my letdown today, in the past, when I got that letdown, it took me days, sometimes weeks to recover. But today, I just laid down, I was listening to something on the throne room of grace and mercy, and I went to sleep. And when I woke up, I felt much better. Yes, God was speaking to me, but mainly so, He was blanketing me with peace. So, don't feel isolated or alone or despair, or you're not a quote unquote good Christian because you have these feelings of disappointment, setbacks, and things like that, and you don't know how to get over these emotional pain, disappointments. But no, you have to stay in the Word. And when I mean stay in the Word, I mean begin to ask God to give you understanding, to give you peace as you walk through your journey. Because I know if you've seen Him do it for other people, you have to believe. You have to keep trusting that He will do it for you. Especially if you know your heart, you are seeking Him in all that you do, that He will do it for you. Your timing may not be somebody else's timing. Your path may not be somebody else's path. But you have to be open to know and to hear Him so He can direct you in your path and your timing. So this is Bola, your spiritual recovery coach. I am your internal cleansing and healing coach. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to this video. I hope my journey is me coming on and doing my journey, I'm able to help somebody else along the path. And just remember, excuse me, my dogs are acting up. I'm staying with somebody, so whenever they hear something, they act up. But anyway, just know that the Word of God is sweet as pie. His word, in His word, you'll find principles. And His principles will give you your purpose. Then the PI is instructions. When you understand the instructions of God, you get the insight. And the E in the pie is His empowerment. When you begin to become empowered by His word, you also get elevated. So always remember, the word of God is sweet as pie. And I thank you for listening, and stay tuned as we continue on this journey. I don't know how long it'll take for the breakthrough to come, but it is up to the Father. And I believe that He's having me do this for a reason, But I hope I encourage somebody. And again, like, share, and subscribe. You guys have a blessed day. Talk to you later.